We interviewed Frank Duross, Executive Director of Institutional Advancement at Mohawk Valley Community College. Frank is also co-owner of the Utica Comets hockey team based in Utica, New York. Frank has more than 40 years of experience as owner and operator of 27 different businesses. So you've had successful ventures in a lot of different things like we talked about earlier. Which of the successes was the most gratifying?
I've had 29 businesses over a 44-year career in a wide range of industries, and I currently I'm the co-founder and co-owner of the Utica Comets and the three organizations that manage the Utica Auditorium, do the food and beverage, and do all the concert promotions there. So I've had a lot of startups, and I think they're very rewarding in terms of bringing, an idea, a dream into reality. I think the Utica Comets recently, because it's so fresh in my mind, has been really rewarding since the AHL was in Utica 25 years ago, and then they left Utica, and Rob Esch and I, my partner, had an idea to bring it back, and we were able to go down to Albany, get some grants to improve the auditorium, put $8.5 million in the building. We were able to convince the AHL Board of Governors to allow Utica back in the league. And then we were able to convince the NHL to put their farm team here. And it's been a huge success both on and off the ice. We've had, last year we made it to the Calder Cup finals. This year we made the playoffs. We've sold out 55 straight games. It looks like all of next year is already sold out. So, it's pretty rewarding to have an idea in an area where there's a lot of skeptics and people don't think you could have a viable business and have the support that we have from the community and turn it into a business. So those are some of the memorable recent successes.
What about being a sports business owner is appealing?
I think, it's kind of exciting because when I've never played any sports in my life. I've always was involved in the business aspect and the business side of sports. I think when you get the community and the people behind you, it's so rewarding where you typically don't get that, whether it's a janitorial service business or a food service. Just to see the excitement in the arena and in the community, that's something you don't get from a lot of businesses. You can have a successful wood manufacturing and your customers and clients like it, but that's sort of about it. When you've got 4,000 screaming fans, loving every minute of it, that can't help but make you feel pretty good. And I really enjoy the sports business aspect of what I do.
As far as leaders go, have you had a specific leader that has had a big impact on you? Maybe a big figurehead or anybody?
I don't think there's any large Fortune 500 or company that I've modeled my career or been a leader that I've looked up to. I grew up in a family that I'm the youngest of 5 children. My father was an entrepreneur, my brother's an entrepreneur, my sister, so I've been married for 45 years. My wife comes from a family of entrepreneurs, so I think it's more family / entrepreneurs that have shown me, some of the ways that you should be a leader. And I think whatever leadership skills I've developed have come from hands-on experience and family relations.
Over the years, have you developed what we'd call like a leadership mantra that's kind of guided your day-to-day activities?
I think I'm very open. I'm very accessible to everybody and anybody. I believe in a team type approach. I'm certainly willing to allow individuals to do what they do best. I don't micromanage at all. I typically would set the financial budget for the organization, hire the people that I trust and believe can do the job, let them do their job. I don't really second guess people. I don't mind if our people take measured risk and it doesn't work out. That's fine. I understand that. And I think it's more of an all-inclusive type of atmosphere, allowing people and empowering people to do what they do best. That's how I think my leadership is.
What's one important characteristic that you think all leaders should have?
I think the most important thing is openness and trust. I think, I've had, like I mentioned earlier, 29 businesses, good share of those businesses didn't even have contracts. I've done $1 million deals without contracts, on handshakes, sort of like going back, and I think those are the type of relationships and leadership positions that I've encouraged our staff to come into, just trusting people, trusting your gut. Obviously you need to know the metrics that are involved so we can analyze the metrics and decide if it worked out. But I think trust is something that is most important to me.
Your leadership career started prior to the information age. How have you seen the trend shift with the introduction of the information technology era?
Well, I think just the 24/7 ability to communicate. Sometimes there's some downsides to that, obviously, but the ability to have information at your fingertips immediately is quite a bit different than I grew up in. Over the last 45 years, obviously social media is so different now from when I had my businesses 30 years ago. We would do typically newspaper advertising, billboard advertising, and radio and TV. With the comments, it's all social media. It seems like you don't have as much downtime, but I think you have a better handle on what's going on in most cases.
Yeah. Do you do anything on a daily basis, or do you do anything as far as continual improvement to improve your leadership?
Like professional development type
Professional
issues.
development.
I do attend webinars. I do, for the college, we have a whole summer, spring, and fall institute where professional development seminars are available. I avail myself to those. I attend those. We do webinars. With my hockey league hat on, I attend a lot of the best practices that other teams do. There's a whole business services division of the American Hockey League, and you can learn what other teams are doing successful in their markets, so I learn from those.
What are some things that you feel you need to do to bring members of your organization up to performing at their A game?
I think just encouraging them the best I can, patting them on the back and allowing them the flexibility to try something new and different, and giving them the budget that they need to pull it off. And I think once we do that, they're fully engulfed no matter what business it is.
What are future plans that you have for
future plans? I don't know. I think do more with what we have. Very happy with the Thinkubator here. Hoping obviously to develop. We've already helped 27 businesses since we've started the Thinkubator. We've probably had 6 or 7 businesses that are up and going, existing businesses doing revenue. So I'd like to grow what we have in our community through the Thinkubator. I think we're talking about other ag tech incubator, high-tech incubator. So we want to expand to all different industries for the whole startup entrepreneurship ecosystem. So my goal would be to grow that, and maybe what we need to do is have a seed fund locally where we have venture capitalists that actually can invest money in these businesses.
Another thing too, you mentioned a little bit when we first got here about putting Utica on the map and attracting a company that chose Utica over Manhattan.
Yeah, Business Incubator, great. Incubator Association chose us over Manhattan, and we'll have an announcement in the next month or so where a company from India that's settled in Ottawa is now going to move to Utica and operate out of the Thinkubator. And they're a cybersecurity high-tech firm, a small firm, just a startup, a husband and wife, but they want to work out of this space in Utica, New York. So it's pretty rewarding.
In regards to the success that you've had in Utica and Utica has had as a whole, do you think there's any one thing that you can attribute that success to?
I think that everything's coming together where people are finally working together and they see that we can be success. We can help grow businesses in our community. So I think that's the biggest thing, is the positive attitude of people, the willingness of people to help other people, like-minded people. At our monthly MESH events, which stands for mentors, entrepreneurs, students, and hackers, we get together once a month in here, and we have 70 people show up that are willing to help young entrepreneurs start their business. 5 years ago, I never saw that in this community. So I think the community spirit, the positive attitude, and the space. I mean, incubation's all about programming, people in place, and we finally have all three of those pieces together here. So it should help our community grow.